This is your candle message for today. Might be a big message to kind of like see what's going on here. These cards came out together. All right. So the first card we have, you can see a bunch of bats. Okay. I'm going to be reading off some of the card meanings, but in the card deck it talks about bats meaning loss, theft, and also a breach of trust. So this card talks about deceptions and lies also. The thing is, they fly in darkness and they can still see what's going on. So it's almost like you're catching somebody. You're able to see at this point, especially with the full moon in Taurus, some things are being revealed to you. Also being called to say, like, if you don't actually find out things, like, it's almost giving me your gut instincts are coming to the surface and you're finally understanding how you are self-sabotaging yourself by sticking around these people or allowing this type of dynamic in your life. So the full moon right now is about a completion period, a full stop completion period, and it's about releasing. This card is also talking about cheating in relationships, whether you're married, whether you're seeing someone who's lying to you, or whether you're in a relationship. The card does talk about cheating and finding out. This also can talk about family members that are making promises right now and they're not holding up their end of the bargain. And with this card, we'll tap into it. But this, to me, paired together, is basically finding lies within contracts, okay, within agreements, where something should be written out so you can see it, okay? So this also could be talking about, I'm also getting omitting a failure, omitting a problem, because with the bats, you're kind of like seeing something that other people are not going to be seeing, okay? But I feel like this could definitely do with like some type of contract, written agreement. That's what I'm getting. Spirit's saying, do not talk about projects. With this card, it specifically says in the meaning of the card, don't tell anybody about projects that you're doing right now. The card's also talking about just protect your back. Protect your back with projects, like maybe follow up or look at how something could go wrong or not in your favor. Make sure that you're following up with people, making sure, you never know who's watching. And Spirit is saying, like, you've got the ability to know who's watching you, who is lurking in the darkness, like, if you will. So just protect your back right now at all costs. Okay, so trigger warning. With this message, the card actually says that it could be psychological breakdowns, depression, a general feeling of being extremely, extremely fed up. It's almost like you can see the bats are like, we're getting out of here. Like, I'm going to leave my safe spot. I've got to go, lurk, or I say, branch up on another tree here. If you guys are also feeling memory loss, the card talks about memory loss. So maybe you just feel like right now your head's up in the clouds. It's kind of like you're getting things done, but you could feel like you feel like you might be forgetting something. This also talks about someone who could be meeting, someone who's hiding, being dishonest, who is trying to not allow you to see their feelings and intentions. It says in the context of business, it could be someone who's like a crook or someone who is maybe trying to steal like your work that was yours. Okay, what you have like created and done at work. It's like, be aware of who's like watching, who's spying on you and things like that. So it could be someone who's trying to like steal something that you've already written, plagiary. Okay, so the card says it could also be like a bad path, like a recommendation from someone which takes you down a tricky path here, which could cause you some other problems. The bat's also talking about like a lot of you guys could be feeling like you just want to retreat right now, go into darkness, to discover something. And I also feel like there could be something new that you guys are going to be putting out, okay, whether this is like content or a new, it could be writing something up yourself here. But this card does talk about like you want to just kind of like hermit mode, take back all your energy, even if you're having like someone reach out to you. And it's even giving me like, I don't know if this could be resonating with someone, but of where a friend who you just don't talk to like reaches out to you just to see like if you're okay or whatever, and you're like, don't try to slip into my life when you know that this isn't even a thing, we're not friends or what have you. Someone could just be a straight up creature, okay, like a creature. All right, someone could have very like dark energy as well, that you're just like, I don't know what you're trying to do with me. It's almost giving me like sending you bad energy at the same time. That could be for somebody. this dynamic is also giving me like you guys having a new contract with yourself. You understanding the shadowy aspects of yourself, the deep down darkness of what you were doing before. Some of you guys could have written things out and it's like clear as day, like how you were, perpetuating like the problem yourself. Like you could have been a lot of the problem. And that's what I feel also collectively what's coming out is like, a lot of us were the problem and we did blame, but it's hard to leave those problems when you're so invested in your brain cells are all jacked up. But at the same time, it's realizing you don't want to get too deep in the darkness and allow yourself to get caught up in things. Okay. So it's almost having like this promise to your dark side of what you're going to allow and what you're not. So finally, the unresolved trauma has kind of come to the surface and you can see it clearly written out. You can understand your faults. You can understand your broken patterns, the patterns that don't serve you anymore. The agreements that you made with the devil, okay? Knowing damn well that was a devil person, okay? So the cards are saying this is like a death of your old self before this reemergence, because you can see it's almost like you're not in darkness. The bat is flying out and it's like, is it daylight? Like, are you? So there's an emergence here of your new self. Guys, simple concept. Want to remind you that an ending is an opportunity for a fresh start, a new life. How exciting. You can write your own script at this point and it's being written. I really feel the 1111 portal opened up a lot of manifestations for a lot of people. And also the full moon is going to really, how do you say cauterize? Like stuff that's just done subconscious fears, things really coming to the surface. So there's a lot of growth and healing that's taking place real quickly right now. With that being said, let's get into some positive stuff too. So that was the things you might want to look out for. This talks about deeds, contracts, important purchases or sales. It also could be a marriage contract, and with that you got to be careful. There's some things you might want to look into. This card also talks about a job or contracts and things like that getting set up. So what it could be is that you might want to use like some type of AI thing like Perplexity, ChatGPT, things like that to kind of look in and ask, how can I ask the proper questions during an interview to like avoid mistakes and things like that. Unless you already know what you're doing, then go ahead and just make sure to ask a lot of questions. The card also has to do with studying something. So this could be like a map to cover the details. It also talks about make sure about like grammar and spelling. You also could be the type of person who likes to read and is very curious, okay, about your surroundings. The card says supports. So I found something like of support, people who are supporting you, supports that elevate your soul, but also can serve as like a bias. That's what the cards are saying for magical actions. So there could be something that's liberating you. You're getting like, finally, after so much darkness, so much being in the dark about what the next steps on your life are going to be, this could be some type of free liberation contract. This card also talks about potentially having to deal with a notary. It also says congratulations on all paperwork that you're dealing with right now. So if you strongly resonate with the bat message, it talks about abuse, okay, and theft. Someone coming swooping in, and you're just needing to be on red alert. And it says if you're so much in doubt mode right now, call in a professional to help you with this type of outcome. It's saying every good offer, that like an offer that's too good, usually hides a wolf. You've got two of the most financially stable cards from the Kipper deck. Okay, I have some other cards that came out. I wanted to clarify the last part of the message. So you've got unexpected income with great fortune. I don't think you guys realize the amount of abundance, prosperity, health, spiritual wealth, happiness that's coming to you. Okay, Distant Horizons talks about travel. All right, you've got Family Room, which also talks about something that's happening relatively sooner than later. And then what else? Yeah, that's it. Family Room, Distant Horizons. And then you've got the two wealth cards here. So if you guys want to look up online what these mean independently, you can do that. But all in all, a lot of positivity is coming. Spirit said, last message, you are thunder in the sky. And if you hear thunder, if you hear lightning, if you have rain, this sign is for you. This message is for you.